How are we doing today, guys? There's less of you today than there were last week. That's sad, kind of sad. It's tough. My dedicated people are here, though.
Was that pass interference on that play down the right sideline?
Yes! Yeah, I got punched in the face. I didn't have to sell it. It's all right, though. The vet ref in the back was like, yeah, I didn't have a flag. I would have thrown it for you, but it doesn't get called, and it is what it is, but I will emphatically say yes, it was PI.
It was tight coverage at least, George. And
Trey's just got to throw it out there, man.
Well, I was going to say, how glad are you that Trey can just at least gives you a chance to make a play on a tight ball like that?
Oh, yeah, he's got a great touch with those downfield passes. Like I said, I wish he, just got to throw it out there. I do play tight end, but I feel like I'm decently fast.
George, Mike McDaniel just talked about Trey's confidence swag, and you had mentioned in OTAs that he didn't look like a rookie. Is that something you see from him?
Yeah, no. Trey, he's got confidence because he's a hell of a football player. I think he studies his ass off. Excuse my language. Jimmy set the tone already. He studies really hard, and then he comes in. He gets extra work in. Whether it's studying the playbook or whether the rookies have extra film and stuff. So he's in there with Kyle all the time. Learning, and he's just gaining confidence in his abilities. He's obviously still a rookie. There's timing things that he needs to figure out and stuff, but he's definitely making progress. And so that's all you want to see from everybody on the field, and especially a number 3 draft pick. You'd like him to improve every single day.
What did you see from Jordan Matthews today? It looked like he was getting incredibly hyped after that touchdown. I think he had a block on the Gallman run, too.
Yeah, no. Jordan's been a great energy coming into the tight end room. It was fun. I got to work out with him in Tennessee a lot this offseason. Just seeing him put on like 25 pounds was pretty incredible. And he still is moving the same way at 235 pounds. So, yeah. I like the energy that Jordan brings, especially when it's fun. Like when it clicks for you, because it is, it's time position. It's way different than wide receiver. There's some similarities, but the physicality is way different. And when you do make a block for a running back, I always say making the big block on a touchdown run, it's a great feeling. He experienced it for the first time, and you get to see that energy, and he gets that love off of that. And I'm happy for him because it is a very unique feeling when you get a great block on a touchdown run.
Did he initiate the off-season workouts with you? Did he hit you up and say, "Hey, let's do this"?
We use the same trainers. Yeah, so we use the same speed coach, my guy Jeremy, and just through there. And like I said, we played together the last 2 years. So anytime we run routes, Jordan's there. He came out, worked out at the barn for the last 2 or 3 weeks of the off season too, which was nice to see him out there.
Team-wise, if he's lining up, previous years out of the slot as a receiver, and this year he's lining up as the F, as tight end, how much difference is there on path routes and things like that?
You can do essentially the exact same stuff. I just think if you know how to do both, then we are allowed to do more with Jordan there, and that's the interesting thing about him. So I think we're going to use Jordan as much as we can, especially in training camp, just to see all the things that he can do. And I'm looking forward to it because he has, he was hitting a sled at my place 3 weeks ago, and I was like, hey, you got some strides you got to need to make to be able to make a team, and you got an opportunity here. And just seeing him hit the sled out here to the reps he's taking in practice right now, he's taking huge strides. You can tell how much he studies, how much it matters to him, and it's one of those things he has his foot in the door and he's not going to let it slam shut on him. So he's just going to continue to grind and continue to get better.
Is Trey's ability to be vocal, instruct guys at this stage, is that uncanny for someone so young?
Did you see him instructing guys? Oh, really? Oh, I'm in the huddle. I'm just focusing on what I'm doing. Quarterbacks, they need to know what everyone's doing, obviously. And so, if Trey's in there with more rookies, it is on him, this quarterback, to control the huddle. Is it uncanny? No, like I said, Trey's a confident guy. He knows what his abilities are. He knows that he's a good football player. And he's, if he expects someone to make a play or if he expects someone to do something, he'll let them know. And, that's what you want out of your quarterback.
That means he didn't instruct you.
No, we help each other out every once in a while.
What's your impression of Trent Sherfield? He made a few plays yesterday, and he's been consistent for you guys, it seems like.
Yeah, it was actually really funny. Literally the day before we signed Trent, I think he was still in the Cardinals or just been released, and he was training down in Nashville. Said hi to him, what's up, and literally the next day he got signed by us, but he wasn't there anymore. So I was like, oh, that's very interesting. Wish he could have stayed around. I just like to see guys make plays. Really, that's all it is. And he's out there. He's taking advantage of the reps that he gets. Debo sat out yesterday, so he got extra reps. And I don't know, he had 10 catches yesterday. And he came out today. I think he had another strong day today. The thing about training camp is you just got to stack day after day after day. One day you might play absolute BS, and then the next day you show up and you play fantastic. Just if you can just be a little bit more consistent day in and day out.
Hey, George, with the first preseason game, a week and a half away, how much work and reps do you like to get yourself ready for the season?
Fun fact, I haven't played in a lot of preseason games in my career so far. So, whatever Kyle asked me to do, I'll do. I mean, I'm just excited I get to play football again. I was very excited that we got to put shoulder pads on because it's actual football. Not the biggest fan of OTAs and stuff because there's no pads and you can't really be that physical. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to competing again. Get a preseason game finally and play a little ball. And it's not the same because in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. In the record and stuff like that. But being able to line up against someone other than the 49ers defense will be very fun.
What's been I don't know if we've asked anyone about this, but what's been your impression of having a 17-game schedule?
I get to play more football, I guess. I think we've had multiple vets comment on that, around the league, and I'll leave it at whatever they said.
Was your first rep up one-on-one versus Tavon Wilson today?
Sure. Yeah.
We were on the other side, but I just want to ask you about him. I mean, he kind of.
He's been great. He's awesome. I wasn't sure what to expect. He was really good in OTAs. But like I said, once you put the pads on, it becomes more of a game. You get to actually see physicality and stuff. He definitely is a vet guy. He holds a little bit extra. He gets away. He knows how to get away with stuff. And, that's fantastic for me to get. I'm getting reps against a vet that knows how to play the game. And he's a hell of a player, too. But he's super smart. He's always in the right place at the right time. You can watch him on film. He made a couple fantastic plays yesterday, just filling whether it's B gap, A gap on a run and stuff. He knows where he's supposed to be at all times. He quick triggers. I love competing against him too because he definitely brings the best out of me because he wants to compete at a high level, and we can compete at a high level against your own teammates. It only makes you better.
George, Kyle said early on, I think after Trey was drafted, just like stop asking about the competition. He just said everyone's going to know when he's ready to compete. Coaches will see, players will see, and there's not going to be doesn't have to be a big announcement. Do you feel like you're starting to see that?
Yes and no. He's out there competing. We're all out there competing. Do I think that he would go out there and play at a high level? Yeah, I'm going to believe in all my teammates. I think no matter what quarterback we put in, they're going to play at a high level, and that's just my opinion. I'll hype up all my guys. Like I said, when I was a rookie, I was pretty bad. I made a lot of mistakes. The game moves way faster than you think it does. And practice is one thing. When you get out in an actual field to compete against other people, it's a total different speed. So I know he's going to need reps before anything happens. He could prove me completely wrong. Just whenever he gets a chance, he go out there and be the best football player on the field, which is what I hope happens. I hope he plays at an incredibly high level. I don't know. It's on Coach Shanahan and John Lynch, so it's up to them.
The first few practices, you didn't see a whole lot of passes coming your way in 11-on-11, or maybe you feel like you did. So anyway, you didn't catch a whole lot of passes during those times. Is that something are you calling for the ball? Do you ask the coaches to get more stuff for you, or did it just kind of
no?
It is what it is.
No, it is what it is. It's the first couple of days of camp. Like I said, it's very hard for me to be myself when I'm not in shoulder pads. So, I'm a violent, physical person. If I don't have shoulder pads on, I don't feel like I can protect myself, whether it's my shoulders or my teammates. And so I try to be physical when I get my shoulder pads on. And I don't know how much the first 4 days. Like I said, you want to stack days, and one day you'll be bad, one day you'll be good, but you just want to try to be consistent and find your stride. And that's all I'm going to try to do now. I get to be in shoulder pads for the rest of the season, which is what I'm excited about. And football's actually here.
Last one. Go ahead.
Obviously,
I'll do two more. Yeah, I got you.
Nashville was your baby, and not a lot of tight ends coming to learn from you. But is there anything that you brought back that's going to influence the way you play your game from tight end there?
Yeah, specifics listening to Darren Waller talk about choice routes was really interesting. Just his take on it and how simple he made it for himself. Just being able to attack his leverage and then just make a decision as quickly as possible and then just deliver with the results. I think Darren was fantastic. He showed us a bunch of clips on that. The way Travis Kelce, he doesn't use all of his speed 24/7, his tempo in and out of cuts, just that type of stuff. Luckily, we have a bunch of notes on that stuff that I have been looking at. But you could pull a lot from everybody. And I think my favorite conversation was from Mercedes Lewis when he just talked about how to be in the NFL for 17 years. I think that's incredible, and the fact that you are in the league for 17 years is wild. But just his mindset every single day and how he keeps his his head on his shoulders. He's not worried about what other people say, because people have said a lot of things about him and over the course of 17 years, and he's still playing at an incredibly high level. He's impacting the Green Bay Packers at an incredibly high level. So just picking up little things from each and every person that was there. It was pretty fun.
On behalf of a colleague, I know you're a bit of a tight end historian. 10 years ago, Rob Gronkowski and Jimmy Graham had kind of a similar duel to what you and Kelsey had a couple years ago in terms of tight end receiving record. Do you remember that at all? Any impressions as a young player watching those two guys kind of maybe change the way tight ends were perceived around the league?
Oh, I mean, Gronk and Jimmy did so much for the tight end position. I mean, Gronk I think he kind of kicked the door down of being able to have a personality. I mean, really, like, he just kind of set the stage for as long as you play at a high level, be whoever you want to be, but, like, just be you. Like, don't have to fake it. You don't have to be extra. You don't have to be a quiet dude. Like, if you want to be loud, obnoxious, and, have a fun time, just do it and then play at a high level. And Jimmy Graham did the same thing. I think he was a little bit quieter, but the plays that he made, each and every Sunday was incredible. I mean, he definitely he wanted to go out there and get paid like a wide receiver, which I think he still should have because of the things that he did. But, like, they definitely set the stage for all the tight ends that are, still up and coming. We have a lot of guys that are making more plays in the open field, catching more passes and stuff like that. I mean, Ertz set a receiving record just a couple years ago. Kelsey just set the yards record. Like, Kelsey was, second in receiving yards last year? I mean, I think he deserves to get paid like a wide receiver. And that's just my opinion. But, tight ends are just continuing to kick the door down, baby.
Thank you, George.
Oh, thank you guys.
Mm-hmm.